is Jeff Smith with AMP. Today we're here to talk about the Stinger UN1880 Floating Multimedia Display System. Due to the way a lot of dashes in modern vehicles are being designed today by auto manufacturers, standard DIN size and double DIN radios are not always going to be able to be installed. The UN1880 or ELEV8 is a new radio design that's built to mimic the floating tablet design of a lot of OE radio systems. This will work in many different cars, older body styles, and newer current body styles. Before we get into all the features of the UN1880, let's look at all what comes in the box when you open it. When initially opening the box to the UN1880 or ELEV8, you'll find the following: a card with a QR code for your consumer to download the user guide so they'll understand exactly how to operate the ELEV8. You'll find the ever-important installation instructions that give you extreme detail mounting and wire routing for the ELEV8, and your warranty card. The actual hardware in the system will be found next. You'll find the 8-inch touchscreen panel. You'll find the plastic monitor housing along with the actual touchscreen display clamp that attaches the display to the plastic housing. You'll find the rubber boot that hides the actual plastic housing when installed in your car. You'll find the actual radio module that looks like a typical DIN size radio chassis. This chassis on the front has a slot for your SD card for your navigation maps. You'll also see a series of ISO mounting holes on both sides of the radio for secure mounting. You'll see a channel on top of the radio for wire routing between the display and the actual radio module. And on the back of the module, you'll see a lot of standard harness connections: your GPS antenna, your main power harness, your camera and RCA audio output harness, dual USBs, multiple different harnesses here that we'll go over in a second, plug into this location. You have optional Toslink optical audio out. You have your display power cable, your LVDS cable, and you have your FM AM antenna. Within the harness box itself, you're going to find many different pieces. First, you're going to find the GPS antenna. The GPS antenna also has the mounting plate for making it a better base for mounting the GPS antenna. You're going to find the power harness to the screen from the monitor, along with the LVDS cable that sends the signals from the monitor to the brain box. You're going to also find the horizontal mounting plate that mounts behind the actual clamp to the monitor, and what this does is actually gives you the ability to mount it on one side to tilt the monitor 5 degrees toward the driver, or you can mount it on the other side and tilt the screen 5 degrees toward the passenger. You'll also find a 6-pin harness that's for your steering control adapter and an optional IR input. You'll find 2 sets of machine and ISO screws that will mount the monitor to the actual plastic mount bracket, and you'll also use these screws to mount the actual brain box and the mounting bracket to either your dash kit or your radio's factory brackets. Back straps for sturdy mounting in the vehicle, a right angle bracket that mounts and gives a sturdier mounting to the radio module itself, to your dash kit, and to the radio's plastic mounting bracket. You'll find your standard Bluetooth microphone that mounts up into the roof of the vehicle itself. There's also an optional microphone that can be used on the faceplate of the actual ELEV8. You have your camera input harness that gives you front and left and right camera, along with triggers for each one of these cameras as well. You'll find your main AV input harness that's going to give you rear camera input along with rear camera audio video input, along with rear seats AV out and your RCA inputs for RCA outputs for front, rear, and subwoofer. Your main power harness that gives you constant power and ground, your speaker outputs, all of your reverse wire, VSS, and reverse trigger inputs, your Sirius XM input harness, and your Bluetooth microphone and camera audio input harness, along with the cloth to clean the fingerprints off of your 8-inch touchscreen display panel. Now let's go over a few of the different mounting options that the ELEV8 has to offer. It's very helpful if you lay out all the hardware that comes in the actual packaging for the ELEV8 to help you follow the instructions along step by step. Within the actual mounting hardware, there are 2 bags of screws. Within the bags of screws, you're going to have 4 M4 by 6 screws, 4 M4 by 10 screws, 4 M4 by 12 screws, 2 M4 by 14, 2 M4 by 18, 6 M5 by 10, and 6 number 10 3/8 coarse thread screws. Not all of these screws are going to be used in the installation, depending on the application in which you're mounting your ELEV8, single DIN, double DIN, angled, up and down vertically, or angled left to right for driver passenger use. Each one of the screws, according to the instruction manual, are needed depending upon application. To begin the installation of the ELEV8, it's helpful to remove the display mounting clamp away from the plastic dash mounting bracket. To do this, you must compress the spring on the bottom by pushing up on the display mounting clamp, unlocking the 2 sets of clamps at the top, and then pulling down to bring it away from the actual plastic dash mounting bracket. This exposes the 2 sets of metal bars here that the actual dash mounting clamp lock into.